Hello, hello. So, welcome. I am Dr. Alain Disonnier. I am co-owner along with Dr. Chris Chastiglou of Revolution Health. I am also one of, as well with Dr. Chris, we are the chiropractors at Revolution Health. And one of the things that happened really cool today that I just want to share with you that I thought, there's a question that I got from a client, actually also a comment that I got from a client that really opened up a great conversation that really helped him see a lot of great things and really helped him to get to the next level when it came to getting results for his health within our office and without. And also, it brought up a great concept that I think is applicable to so many areas of our life that I really want to share and I really want to get down for you guys right now. So one of the things that came up, there's a client that I saw earlier today, and he was somebody that I had seen a couple of years ago. He come into the office, we did a consultation, and we were about to do an exam, and he actually did want to go through with the exam, and so he actually didn't start care in the office. And I wasn't exactly sure why. This is actually going back a couple of years ago. And then he shows back up to the office today. I said, great. Hey, awesome. Welcome back to the office. And so we went through a couple of different things with his consultation. We found out what what his goals are when it comes to his health, what his concerns were right now, what had happened to him in the past. And I had to ask him a question. I said, listen, you were here a couple of years ago and we went through a little bit of this process before. Why is it that you're back here now? And actually, I'm curious as to why you didn't start with us in the past. Why didn't we go through the process of finding out what was going on? And he was really telling, and it was really awesome because we love having these open and authentic conversations with our clients because we really want to be able to help them the best that we can. And the more that we know about what's going on with them, the more that they know what's happening for us and what we're looking for and why we're looking for that. It makes it just so much better for everybody. And so we're just all on the same page. And he's like, you know what? Honestly, I wasn't on the same page as you guys last time. I really wanted to get my problem fixed. I was I had a lot of pain. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head what his issue was back then, but we were talking about it earlier today. And he said, I just didn't want to go through the process. And he said, now I realized, now it's like almost 2 years later, I realize what my problem was back then, and I actually want to get it solved now. And so here's an interesting thing that happened. And I'll draw something out for you guys in a second to really illustrate how this applies to all aspects of our life. But here's kind of the overarching concept or the idea, the foundation as to why we do what we do in the office and how we go about doing it. And someone come into the office for whatever it is, whatever concern, whatever health concern, whatever health challenge that they have, whatever pain, discomfort, bodily dysfunction, whatever it is that will bring someone into our office. And so our job as the chiropractors, as their providers, as their doctors, is to find out a couple things. Number one, which is what a lot of people are pretty clear on, is what they want, like what they want to get to. I want to feel better. I want to do this. I want to be able to play with my kids again. I want to be able to have energy for work. I want to be able to, you name it, whatever it is. Okay, this is the goal. This is the target. This is what I want out of this process. And when I'm through the paperwork that we have, the form, the application form that people fill out to get care in our office, we ask a lot of questions, some really detailed questions about their past. What happened to you before? What led you to where you're at right now? Because we know that a lot of the times, most of the time, is the lifestyle that we lead. It's the things that we do in and day out that cause the problems that will bring someone into the office. And we want to find out, okay, so what happened to you before? Have you had this before? All kinds of detailed stuff about their family history, about their lifestyle history, about their, from all aspects to find out, okay, what could have preceded this? What could have brought you to where you are today? And then the last part, which is often the most important part as well, is we do an examination. So we know where you want to go in the future. We know where you were in the past, what kind of got you to where you are now. Now we need to figure out, where are you right now? What is happening in your life right now? I'm actually trying to see if I can bring up, whoops. Now I'm having all kinds of issues again here with my program. This happened last time I was doing this. Okay, here we go. Okay. So one of the things that comes up is, so we want to find out, where are people, like where are you today? And so often when it comes to not only our health, but when it comes to any goal that we set, That's the main, it's the biggest step that we miss is like, where am I at? What's the gap between where I am right now and where I want to be? And so this guy, going back almost a couple of years, didn't want to find out. He's like, I just want to get better. I don't care what's going on right now. Just get me better. Well, our job as their health coach, as their chiropractor, as their provider, as their doctor, we need to know what's going on so we can map out the best course of action to get you where you want to go. And it's the exact same thing when it comes to other areas of our life. So I'm going to show my screen here. I want to show you guys something here. So when it comes to, so imagine, so this is where you are right now. All right, this is you. So you have whatever it is that you're going through in your life. And then all of a sudden there's over here, there's your target. There's your goal. There's the outcome. There's, whatever it is, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to, when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to, name the area of your life, whatever it is happening. It's kind of on the other side here. This is what you're aiming for. And so where we need to know is where you are right now so we can figure out what this gap is. Once we know what that gap is, once we know what we're working with, then it's easy to figure out where it is you're going. And so a lot of times when we think about what it is that we need to do, I mean, think about a really easy analogy of this is take any like Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever maps program that you have on your phone. To get to where you want to go, you need two basic things. You need where you want to go, and you need to put in where you're at right now. Those are the two biggest things. And so once you can figure that out, the algorithm figures out, all the intelligence that goes into those apps, figures out what's the best course to get there. So the exact same thing happens when people come into the office. And that's one of the reasons why we do such an extensive and thorough exam process, is because we want to know exactly what's going on with you right now. We want to be able to match up where you're at right now with where you want to go in the future and where you want to go with your health. How can we get rid of that problem? How can we solve that or create a solution? How can we, get past the gap in between so that you can have the life that you want, so you can feel great, so you can have energy, so you can, whatever it is, the outcome, the goal, the target that you're looking for across whatever area of your life. And so oftentimes when it comes to this time of year, this is just such a great time of year to really take stock in what is going on in our life, what is going on in our health, what is going on in our relationships, what is going on in our businesses, what is going on in our careers, what is going on in every area of our life. We have this New Year's thing. So we all set these resolutions. I want to do this. I want to do that. And all of those things, whatever it is that you want, is absolutely awesome. It's absolutely amazing. What I'll have you consider, one of the biggest things, just like the guy who came into our office today, and he says, I figured out what it was. I just didn't want to face where I was at that point. And now I want to find out where I'm at now. So when you're setting your resolutions for next year, when you're creating what it is, the goal that you want for your health, imagine doing it like you're coming into our office. So think about all of the things that have happened to you in the past. Think about all the places that you want to go in the future, and focus a lot of time and devote the time and energy that it takes to examine, just like we do all the thorough testing that we do in the office, to really examine where you're at today. So we can figure out that gap. This is what the test results show us. This is where I'm headed. This is where I want to be in the future. So this is what it's going to take to get there. It's as simple as that. So we take stock into where we were, all the things that have happened to us that have brought us to this day today. And then we do an exam. We examine, we test, because we don't want to guess. There's an old story, and I'm kind of butchering the story at this point, but I love saying, the Lewis Carroll story, Alice in Wonderland. Alice is down the rabbit hole, and she meets up with it. She sees the Cheshire Cat, and the Cheshire Cat, they start talking, and she says, I need to know which path to take. And the Cheshire Cat said, well, that depends on where you're going. And she says, doesn't really matter. And he says, well, then any route will take you there. Because if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter. But in the same breath, if you don't know where you're at right now, it doesn't matter either. So figure out what that gap is. So figure out where it is that you are today. That's one of the things that we do, why we're experts at this, and why we do what we do with our clients, is that we work to figure out where you're at right now, all the stuff that's happened to you before, and where you want to go, and meld all of those together to form a perfect map, a roadmap to get you that result, to get you that target, to get you to that goal of what it is that you want. So consider, before you're setting any New Year's intentions, any resolutions, to not only look at the futures to where you want to go, but remember to look down at your feet and look at, where am I at today? So with that, I'm Dr. Alain Desaulniers, co-owner with Dr. Chris Chassaiglou of Revolution Health. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome day.